Hi everyone, and welcome back to another interview. Today I am joined by an incredible Bobbi Arlo from Ireland. Thank you so much for coming to talk to me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Obviously we know you're competing in Eurosong 2025, and this is the Irish selection for Eurovision, and your song is called Powerplay. And this is your
Mm.
first time in the whole Eurovision world. So people who maybe not met you before, can you maybe please introduce yourself to the viewers today?
Yeah, so my name is Bobbi Arlo. I'm 26 and I'm from Dublin. I am an alt pop singer-songwriter, and yeah, that's all you really need to know.
Amazing. So when did you decide actually to do Eurosong?
So when did I decide, was it?
Yeah, when?
Yeah. So I've always been a massive fan of Eurovision,
Mhm.
and I heard that they were looking for songs, and I had like 2 weeks until the deadline to make a song and send it in. So it was very last minute, but I just decided to just chance it. I sent in a demo that
Yeah.
I had made that wasn't finished,
Oh,
and yeah, I got picked, and then I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy! Why did I get picked? I just sent in like the bare bones of a song."
yeah.
And yeah, I got picked, and the rest is kind of history. But it was always the plan to do Eurovision. I just didn't know, I didn't have the self confidence yet, and I didn't know who I was as an artist yet, really. To before I wanted to kind of establish myself and figure out what I was and what I wanted to be projected as to an audience and stuff. So, um. Yeah, it took me a minute to kind of build the confidence to do it, but I just said, you know what, it's now or never. So I sent it in and I got picked. So here we are.
Amazing. And you obviously have finished a song since then because it sounds really, really good, like on Spotify and
Thank
everything.
you.
Amazing.
Thank you so
Also,
much.
would you think that maybe I was thinking about how Ireland's been really great this year in the selection. Do you think maybe like Bambi Thug and how well they did at Eurovision has kind of led to more people wanting to try go to Eurosong this year?
Yeah, I think there's definitely been a fear around Eurovision for a long time, in the sense of
Mm.
there's like this Eurovision curse kind of goes around that, like, um it's basically Eurovision can either make or break your career. Like you can become an artist and I know travel the world and thrive and stuff like that, or you can completely never work in the industry again if it goes bad. So I think there's a lot of fear built up around it, but um I think more and more people are seeing the positives that are coming out of it, and the platform is the biggest platform in the world. It's, you know, the fandom that come with Eurovision is absolutely huge and incredible and very um they're very, what's the word, like they're just dedicated fans, and I
Yeah,
think that's what every
definitely.
artist want.
Yeah,
Um
definitely.
so I think more and more people are seeing the positives and seeing the effects that it caused for Bambi last year, and like the way they're still touring and they're still thriving and they're getting bigger and bigger. Like it just proves that the platform and just being on that stage is a career starter. So I think a lot of people are kind of perking their ears up now, saying, okay, maybe this is my chance to do it.
Amazing. Now let's get a bit more into your song. So it's called Powerplay. I think it's an amazing song. It's super cool. Like when you hear it, it's wow, I love it. So can you tell me a little bit more about so obviously you wrote it in like 2 weeks before the show. How did
Mhm.
you go about actually writing a song like that close to the show and just writing a song in general?
Yeah, it was kind of an accident. So I was working with a producer called Theo, who's from Greece, and
Hmm.
he sent me a beat package, and it was like the bare bones of this beat. Um, and I heard something in it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna write to that, and I wrote it in like 15 minutes. It kind of just fell out of me. And normally when stuff like that happens very quickly, it's because the song was meant to be made.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was just kind of what the song gave me, a kind of powerful feel. The bass was quite powerful and stuff. So that was the first word that was in my head, and I kind of just played off that. Um, and also I wanted to have a strong message with my song going on a stage that's so big. And like that hits an audience that's so vast and all over the world, you know. So I wanted to come with a message. I wanted to come with power and a direction, and yeah, power play was formed. So it was very easy to make that song happen.
Amazing. So I was literally thinking like when I was listening to the song, like I feel very empowered listening to it. Like you're talking about like I got all the power and talking about like you have the power, power and stuff. Who have you taken the power from and who has the power? Like when we're listening to it, who has the power?
Yeah, so the song is written like about a direct story that I had where I was in a not great relationship. It was quite abusive, and I completely lost sense of myself and had no confidence and was completely just a shell of myself when I came out of it. And it took me a long time to kind of gather myself to be who I am again today. And the song is essentially about taking my power back, and not letting the rumors, the lies, the hatred that was in that relationship kind of bring me down and break me down. So, um, yeah, it's an anthem of me gaining my power back and kind of letting that person know that I'm so much stronger than them now, and that I'm aware of the games that were being played, and yeah, that I'm gonna come out on top because I have the power.
That's a really, really great message and people need to listen to a lot in the world. Now let's get into a bit more about the performance yourself. So obviously it's very soon Eurosong, and we know
Mm.
it's on a late late show. And can you tell us anything about the performance itself, maybe the staging, the outfits, anything you can spill? Obviously it's very soon, so we'll find out, but anything in
You're
advance that we can
gonna
find
have
out.
to wait and see. You're gonna have to tune
Yeah.
in and vote for me because I don't want to give out all my secrets too soon. But it's gonna be a
Hmm.
lot of fun, a lot of
Yeah.
energy and a lot of cool moving parts that make it all come together. So
Okay.
stay tuned. Tune in. I'm not gonna disappoint people for sure. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Very excited. Are you gonna be dancing in it as well, do you think? Or is it like more of a secret?
Who knows?
Maybe we
Who
don't know.
knows?
But anyways, how are you actually preparing for the performance? Like in general? Like what have you been doing like to get ready for the whole show, would you
Yeah,
say?
it's a lot of like physically and mentally preparing stuff.
Mhm.
Obviously I've been trying to get fit. I've been sick the last like since Christmas. I've been really, really sick, and then a couple
Mhm.
weeks ago I got a really bad chest infection and sinus infection, so I'm still trying to shift that. Which is making it obviously a lot more difficult. I'm on like steroids and stuff at the minute. But yeah, I'm kind of trying to shift that and mentally prepare for being on the stage and being in front of an audience that's so large. It's probably the biggest audience I've ever been in
Mhm.
front of. So a lot of therapy, a lot of positive thinking, affirmations and meditation, and just kind of getting in the zone of being in front of an audience that large. And then on top of that, me and my team are working so hard every day to pull the show together. There's so many different people involved in the team. I think people are going to be maybe a little bit shocked when I rock up to the RT studios with the amount of people that I have, but they're all
Yeah.
very essential to the project, and they all have their own jobs to make this one thing happen. So it's
Mhm.
going to be a lot of fun, and everyone that's on the team is dedicated to the project and dedicated to me and think that they see something in me to push me forward to Eurovision. So there's a lot of love on the team, and I'm very lucky to have the team I have around me, and we're just getting ready now. It's just the final days until we kind of burst off. But yeah, it's all very exciting, and
See, I
you
love
just
that
have
for
to,
you. I love having
yeah,
so
you just have to
that's so
physically prepare.
nice, like having so many people like there to support you. That's such like a nice feeling.
Yeah,
Like
it's so great. It's so rare to have a team around you that are dedicated to the project and you. So yeah, it's great, and everyone on the team's great, and I feel like you'll definitely see a lot more of them if we get chosen throughout the project and stuff like that. So I think people will love them and really attach to them.
yes, I love that. And also, obviously, I mentioned before, you've been very active on social media. You've been engaging a lot with the fans on like Twitter in particular. Every time I scroll now, I just see you somewhere like on on my feed. And what's it like
Yeah.
being like getting to know like the Eurovision community themselves? Because I know it's quite a crazy group of people. Like, what's it like kind of seeing what people are actually like in the community?
It feels like I've finally connected with my people. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's one of those things where I think I've always wanted to have an audience and a base of people that listen to my music that kind of get my brain and the way it works. And I feel like a lot of the Eurovision fans are kind of mentally checked into what I think and what I feel. So it's a lot of fun connecting with people that are similar to me and that love Eurovision as much as I do, and love my song as much as I do. So it's a lot of fun, and I don't take it for granted. I'm really appreciative of it.
I also feel like when artists like connect a lot with the fans, especially how you're doing, they get a really good fan base, and that even like lasts a long time after they're even in Eurovision or not in Eurovision. Like I've
Mm.
noticed before, it's certain artists who engage a lot with the fandom. They have like really solid fan bases throughout the whole season, and they still like go to all their shows like years later and stuff. So I feel
Mm.
like it's a really good way to like solidify your fan base as well before you even go to like the contest or anything. It's really great. I
Mm.
love it. It's
Thank
really
you so much.
And let's talk about Eurosong. So this year, I mentioned earlier, it's very strong. It's very good. I feel like people saying it's like the best Eurosong we've ever had
Mhm.
because it's just the quality is just wow, so good. And how are you feeling about the competition? Obviously, you're one like the fan favorites right now, but anything can happen in Eurosong. I feel like last year we saw that as well. Like, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I'm nervous. I think it's a really, really good competition. I think every song is stunning and so beautifully made, and I think every song has something in it that would possibly, qualify to the next round of Eurovision and represent Ireland really well. So it's definitely a nerve-wracking time. You can never really listen to the polls and stuff. Obviously, the support and being, the top runner in the polls and stuff at the minute is amazing. And it's so um confidence fueling, but anything can happen on the night. It comes down to the performance and who
Mm.
does the better performance on the night. So I think it's definitely anyone's game at the minute. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to have the competition. A bit of healthy competition is not bad. So,
Mhm.
yeah, hopefully we still come out on top. But I love a lot of the songs. The songs are great, and I listen to them most days and stuff like that. So, yeah, I love all the songs, and I really like all the competitors, and I can't wait to meet them and kind of,
Yeah.
pick their brains about how they feel and stuff like that. Because we've been
Nice.
kind of keeping in contact through like Instagram and stuff like that, but we've never actually. I've met Niall before,
Yeah.
um, and that's it. So like it'd be really cool
Yeah.
to meet them in person and kind of build a friendship, because we're all going through the same things, feeling the same emotions.
That's yeah. I feel like it's always nice when all the artists like come together because obviously you're going through the same thing, so you can like relate
Mm,
to what's actually happening with them, and they can like you're kind of like there for each other. I think it's really nice. And let's
mm,
say fast forward to the future, and you win Eurosong, and you go to
mm.
Eurovision, and you represent Ireland in Switzerland. And what would it mean for you to be given this opportunity to represent Ireland on like the global stage?
The funny thing is, been asked this a couple times, and I don't
Yeah.
think I have fully like wrapped my brain around the idea of it. I don't think I've thought about it that far because I've really been taking kind of every day one step at a time.
Yeah.
Um, and like every day as it comes is a new thing that I have to work on or figure out and stuff like that. So I don't think I've really wrapped my head or thought about the future or qualifying. But like even if I just think about it now, it's like completely overwhelming. It's just like how is that even real life? It doesn't feel real. Um so yeah, I think if I think too far ahead and I think about qualifying right now, I
Hmm.
think it will spin me out. So I think I just need to stay on track, do my job, and like
Yeah.
just figure out, if there's if I work hard enough, if I put enough work into it, it will come out and it will be a thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I'll think about it the minute I win. If I win, then
Okay.
we'll think about
Okay,
it.
sounds like a good idea. And I've got one last question for you today. And obviously, you mentioned you're a big Eurovision fan. I know obviously Ireland had like that whole winning streak in the 90s and stuff. Do you have
Mm.
any favorite like Irish Eurovision songs or just general Eurovision songs or any like songs that are competing this year for their selections or any Eurovision related songs maybe?
In Ireland or just anywhere?
Any country.
Yeah, there's every year I find a new song that I'm obsessed with. The one that has stuck with me the most was, I think it might have been 2022 maybe. It was Maro's performance for
Oh,
Portugal.
yeah.
Um, I always love Portugal. I always think they're a
They're
really,
really
really good
good.
entry.
Hmm.
And like even just following their, national finals this year is so exciting, and there's a lot of potential in all of them. So, um, I would say Portugal's like one to watch for sure.
Yeah.
And like one of my favorites constantly. But apart from that, like I loved Ryan O'Shaughnessy's entry for Ireland as
Yeah.
well. That was amazing. I love Ryan. He's a great guy.
You know
And he
him?
actually he actually wrote Fire for Realta, didn't he? So
Really? I did not see that,
yeah.
but that is very cool. That was a good
Yeah,
entry.
so
Wow, I like his entry.
he's a great guy. Like I met him at the very, very start of my music career.
Mhm.
I did a writing camp with him and I wrote a couple songs with him, but he's a great guy. He's a really, really cool guy. So I would always say his entry was spectacular. Also, it was such an impactful
Yeah,
performance because
beautiful
he
performance.
had two gay dancers on the
Yeah,
stage, and there was a lot of pushback, and he didn't have to do that as someone who's not queer. He didn't have to do that, and he did it anyways. So I think that has a special place in my heart. And I also think um Sylvester Belt last year was
love
amazing. I
him. Love,
love that performance.
love,
Luke Black.
love Luke Black. Oh my God,
Yeah, Luke Black.
I love you. I love honestly. I feel like Luke and Sylvester. It makes I can kind of I see why you like it judging from like Powerplay. Like it makes sense as
Yeah.
well. And also I
Yeah.
met them and they're really nice people as well, which is like even
Really?
better. Yeah, that's so nice. Maybe
I
one
love that.
day, I don't know, Luke Black lives in London, so maybe you come over and collab with him or something.
Maybe a collab.
You
Maybe
could
a
do that.
collab. Who knows? Luke
That would
Black,
be
hit me up.
that would be so good. Hey, Luke Black, if you're watching this. But anyways, that's all
Yeah.
my questions I have for you today. So thank you so much for coming to talk to me. I really appreciate it, taking the time to do this. And before we leave,
Thank you.
just one more thing. Do you
Mhm.
have a little message to send to everyone watching the video today?
Yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you to anyone who's watched this video and supported me and my journey so far. Thank you for all the love. I see all of it. I hear all of you guys, and I'm with you. I'm as excited about the competition as you are. So, keep me in your thoughts and keep me in your votes, and hopefully, I will see you in Basel for Eurovision.